Cockcroft. I'm the General Counsel and the Data Protection Officer for the SoloProtect group. So from a privacy perspective, the lone worker sector has always actually had privacy at its forefront. Some of the specific elements of our service which actually allows it to do what it does are also quite hot topics in the privacy world. Obviously, a lone worker solution doesn't really do what it's supposed to do if it can't find you, work out where you are, and be able to collect pertinent information when the time comes. They bring up various issues such as tracking, location, location awareness and various locational controls, discrete surveillance, law enforcement, and these are all things that have been very specific privacy issues. So part of my role as a data protection officer is to identify what we call data types. These are the high-level types of information which have specific privacy nuances attached to them. And within the lone worker sector, there are 4 key data types which we consider to be sensitive. So the first one that's quite classic to us is obviously location data. Our customers and our customers' device users often have concerns about how location data is collected, how it's processed, and who it's shared with. The second one, and it's specifically relevant for SoloProtect's solution, what we use having SoloProtect Insights, is what we class as the generic identity data. So SoloProtect Insights allows the device users to create their own personal profile, which is intended to have personal information pertinent to that individual to allow and assist the ARC operators and ultimately the emergency services to help locate and assist them. Generally, it's the type of information that the public at least considers very sensitive and personal to them. So as part of our solution, we offer what we call incapacitation monitoring. Again, is very similar to our standard alarm handling service, but it's more aimed at incapacitation risks. The ability for device users to add medical information. It could be a pre-existing medical condition, it could be their blood type. That kind of information could be incredibly vital in the event that we actually have to call out emergency services. And then of course the final one is communications data. So the communications data is audio information which is captured when the person interacts with our device. It could be a red alert or it could be an amber alert, all the way down to video data. As you can appreciate, audio and video is very sensitive in the eyes of our device users. There's a lot of confusion out there about where the role sits. A controller, for those who aren't aware, is quite simply the person who determines how data is captured, collected, shared, processed. Most of the time that is our customer. And the processor is quite frankly someone just who acts on their behalf. They do things which the controller tells them to do. They aren't actually making conscious decisions themselves about what happens to the data. The problem that GDPR has made is it brought in much more stringent criteria about setting out that relationship. For us at SoloProtect, we haven't really tried to mince words. We haven't tried to sidestep it, because the fundamental theme is, while under GDPR processors have certain obligations, they're usually treated with a light touch role. That's never been an issue for us. We've always been trying to do what's right by our customers. On the point of privacy by design and default, privacy by design and default basically means is you embed, almost as an ethical practice, privacy controls into your solutions and within the fabric of the business. SoloProtect's core values have never really been out of alignment with those. So my role's been very easy bringing those in, but it's part of some of our onboarding processes specifically will have and capture the privacy elements within there and cater for all that for our customers. GDPR has brought in specific controls about when you must appoint a data protection officer and the tasks and the role of the data protection officer. Again, for us, GDPR made specific mention that if you're a public authority, you need a DPO. Performing what GDPR defines as systemic monitoring of people, then you need a DPO. And finally, if you tend to deal with a lot of particularly sensitive information, which GDPR regards called special category data. That could be criminal records, it could be medical data, then again, or biometric data, then again, you need a DPO. So as GDPR's brought with it many specific new concepts, it's also brought with it many challenges. As part of our onboarding process, we have really tried to assist our customers with GDPR compliance. That extends from everything to tailoring privacy policies which can be taken by our customers and embedded into their own lone worker policies, assisting customers in drafting lone worker policies as part of a consultancy service, as well as embedding concepts such as privacy by design into some of the onboarding documentation